Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's go!
Do you have absolute certainty on how you go from hello to yes on what you're looking for?
Sean is a master. He teaches. It's not just about sharing the formula with you. It's about making sure that we learn.
I went from $100,000 in debt from law school to having no money and starting my own law firm on my credit card to selling it 4 years later.
Sean and I, we co-created massive victories in 2 unwinnable jury trials, which are recognized nationally now as top 100 jury verdicts.
To be even on the same track with you, who I respect and admire and love with all my heart.
Never again submit. You're not better and you're not less than any human on earth.
When you shared with us about the Unblinded process and the mastery sales training, I just went, wow.
Sean will gain proximity to the most influential and powerful people. He will find out how he can grow their business, how he can help them personally. But the third thing that he does is the most important. Sean serves without an expectation of getting anything in return.
You have very, very high-performing colleagues.
22 years ago, you transformed my life as you did all these people's lives over the course of time. And I couldn't be more grateful. Let's hear from Tony Robbins.
I don't see him as a lawyer, and I don't see him as a blind person. Someone who has subjugated his ego, who has taught me what serving really looks like.
You have this incredible ability to just have unconditional love for everyone, and that is just an incredible gift.
The moment you have been waiting for.
The American Blind Association is the first new face and voice of that association since Helen Keller.
Formula for formulas, which is exactly what I've learned from Sean. It's a language-based predictable model. We will have over 300 new sales meetings this month.
This superpower in the world that is attainable for you is the ability to influence people. If you believe that, say yes. If you believe that, say yes. Do you think that worked?
show.
I have seen some clips of that on YouTube.
Yeah. So
I'm not much of a TV watcher, but when I do chime in, it's usually binging on Netflix.
Yeah, so same here. There's an amazing dude making great things, and it's an honor and privilege to have you here and your 1 million downloads. So awesome job.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, G Money, we got Cliff, we got Doria. Who we got? Come on, G Money.
All right. Well, we have Mr. Andrew Obeidi from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, your hometown, Bella Verita, born in Montreal, Quebec, served in the Canadian Air Force as a pilot, established Obeidi and Associates in 2010, a bi-coastal firm with offices shown in Beverly Hills and Fort Lauderdale, and practices employment law, intellectual property, business law, civil litigation, and has an I love you sign that has like 100 I love yous behind him. Please join me in welcoming Andrew Obeidi to the Real Raw. That's fun.
So Andrew, I hear you're heading to The Price is Right. I'm definitely curious about all the I love yous behind you. So, but what's your fun fact?
Fun fact. I'm turning 50 in December, and for my birthday, I booked a trip to Japan.
Nice.
And just found out that Japan is closed today because of COVID. So the fun fact is I get to pivot and figure out where in the heck I'm going to go.
Oh my goodness. So Japan is now closed its borders?
Japan is off my list. That's it.
Maui, come to Maui.
Come to Maui.
Maui,
Yes,
okay.
that's true. So Andrew, what's with the Price is Right visit? What's going on there?
I don't know. Ever since I watched Bob Barker beat up Adam Sandler,
And Happy Gilmore reference for sure.
I've been a fan. So
yes, very good.
Yeah, he's not. Unfortunately, he's not the host anymore. But yeah,
Yes. One of our clients, significant others, was on The Price is Right as one of the showcase folks. So, yeah, the illustrious Dr. Otto Fisher. Yes. Yeah, and it was actually Tony Rice's daughter who was Heisman Trophy winner for Notre Dame. Yeah, very cool. So, and Andrew, what's with the I love you stuff all over the place? What's there?
That's just really a tribute to my wife. She's the best, and she makes me happy, and so that's
awesome.
There for her to see every day.
Well, and thank you for being an ally of this country and for your service to our alliances and keeping the world safer.
That's
military
cool.
service. So thank you for that as well.
It's a pleasure to have been affiliated as an ally and now to be a citizen.
Awesome. Well, welcome, and really appreciate you being here. Let's have some fun. G Money, come on now, G Money, come on now.
Mr. Sean, I am so glad you're here and feeling good. Mr. Lucas Markowitz is with us today, a New Jersey super lawyer, rising star. He's a first chair trial lawyer whose litigation practice covers a wide range of disputes. We are so glad you're with us today, Mr. Lucas Markowitz. Please, everyone, join me in welcoming Lucas to the Real Raw.
Lucas, welcome to the party. Thank you for being here, man.
Yes, thank you guys for having me. I'm excited to be here. Like Gina said, I'm a lawyer in New Jersey. I do some of the same stuff Andrew probably does. I do some employment law, some litigation, things like that. I'd say the fun fact is that I am a board sport enthusiast. So I skateboard, I snowboard, I surf. And in regards to those board sports and in pursuit of my enthusiasm, I've broken 9 different bones.
Let's hear it for Lucas.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah. I have some titanium running through me. So
I am very, very happy. And so Lucas, love that. So that's a super fun fact. Where did you grow up, Lucas?
I grew up in Morristown, New Jersey.
Very nice. Very cool. You didn't have any relatives from Emerson, New Jersey, did you?
Perhaps. There's a couple Markowitzes floating around. I think we probably all are related somewhere down the line, but I don't know.
I went to high school in Emerson with a woman named Abby Markowitz. So I have no idea. She's probably
not sure I know an Abby, but I can sure ask around the Markowitz clan. See if
yes, please do. In search of Markowitz. Yes, that's where we are. So corollary fun fact for me today is I'm in Dallas, Texas, getting some treatment because I tore the vessel inside my iliac aortic artery, which was a life or death situation 2 weeks ago. And by some accounts, it was related to a surfing accident that I had a few weeks ago in Long Beach Island. So from one surfer to another, hello, titanium, torn arteries, like we're like bonding. Like it's fun. What do you like?
Glad to hear that you're okay. We have a place in LBI, and that's where I do most of my surfing.
Yeah,
so
get the hell out of here. Where?
Yeah,
what
Surf City.
part?
Surf City.
Beautiful, beautiful. We're down in Holgate. So
know it very well.
Surf City is on the other side of like the boulevard, right?
Yeah,
like the boulevard that comes in
north. Yes,
yes.
You make the left. Exactly. Yeah, yeah. So super.
Oh, Bella.
Oh man. Well, I'd love to go surfing at some point. Bella's become a surfer.
Yep.
Lucas and Gina almost drifted off to England. I grabbed her by the leg as she was drifting into the middle of nowhere. And, an ocean lover as well. So welcome to the party, Lucas.
Thank you.
Thank you. G-Money.
Oh my goodness. Yes. Next up, joining us from Darien, Connecticut, Mr. Simon McKay, financial services professional, head of global platform development, investment solutions at Invesco, 20 plus years in finance and banking, Sean. And we are so glad you're with us today, Simon McKay. Everyone, please join me in welcoming Mr. McKay to the Real Raw.
Here for Simon. So Simon, Darien, that's like sort of like slumming it. Is that fair?
Yes, definitely. Very fair.
So we were, I don't know, we spoke in Connecticut like a month or two ago. I forget. Were you at that speaking engagement or you're not there? It was a family office kind of group thing.
At a golf course.
No, I wasn't there.
I didn't know if that's how we met. Okay, so super cool. So what is your fun fact, Simon?
Yeah, so I was not there. Dave Rush had not yet caught me, but if he had caught me maybe a month ago, I would have been there.
Yeah, we had a real fun night there with a bunch of awesome people like yourself. So please, what's your fun fact?
Yeah, so I had a fun fact, and then Andrew gave me a second one. So we have two dual citizens on the show today that are both Canadian and U.S. citizens.
Ooh.
So rock out Canada and the U.S. And my fun fact, certainly not as interesting as everyone else's, but I was married in a kilt, and Dave Rush trying to convince me to wear the kilt today, which I did not.
That is fun. That would have been fun.
So Simon, where did you get married in your kilt?
In Massachusetts, in Gloucester, right on the water.
I love it. And like bagpipes going or no?
Bagpipes. Yep. Oh yeah.
Amazing.
Wonderful.
Love it. And how about what part of Canada do you originate from?
Yeah, I originate from might as well be the North Pole. It's Winnipeg, Manitoba. It's like 40 below in the middle of the winter, but beautiful in the summer.
Yeah. So my access to Winnipeg is the fact that my Siri phone makes me differentiate between my New York Jets and the Winnipeg Jets. Whenever I ask to score the Jets game, I have to deal with like Winnipeg. So thank you. Like you've done beautiful things. So it's not just the North Pole. It also helps me talk more on Siri. So I thank you for that.
well, Siri knows which is the better Jets team. They're in Canada.
Yeah. No doubt it is the Winnipeg Jets. And I am not confused either. So thank you for that. And for Fun Energy, we had Rex Ryan, former Jet coach who actually did have some success with the Jets. He was one of our table captains as well at the AFB Gala that we just did. And just an extraordinary dude. So welcome to the party. Go Winnipeg Jets. G-Money.
Next, we have the influence sorceress, Sean. How about you introduce her?
Do you know anything about me?
I don't think I do.
Hi, Bella Verita.
Hi, Sean Callier. How are you?
Pleasure to meet you.
Yes. So this is the influence sorceress. Bella is truly remarkable. When most of us, well, at least I was like afraid to even talk to adults at 8 years old, she was hustling her parents into fronting her expenses and then selling crafts on her front lawn, pocketing the cash and turning that into like rolling in the dough. By 19, she was a 7-figure earner in the space of network marketing. 24 years old, she had the unique, incredible distinction of becoming the not number 7, 6, 3, 4, 5, or 2, but the number 1 business broker in the great state of Nevada. 24 years old as a woman, first woman, youngest ever. And now she's the co-host of Real Raw, speaking on stages all over the place with people like Lee Steinberg and the American Foundation for the Blind Gala and all of the beautiful things, taking influence and its integrous superpower to the world to make it a greater place. So let's hear it, folks, for the one, the only co-host of Real Raw, honor and privilege, Bella Verita. Woo! So Bella, what is your fun fact?
You know what, Sean Callagy? I think my fun fact is I have learned in the last hour that being defensive is not my fault.
Oh, interesting.
I think that is a pretty fun fact because we are here in Dallas, Texas, and just had some tests done. Basically, I've learned I have no adrenals, and so any sort of like stress or any feedback, I literally cannot process or handle. So I just get super defensive, which Sean may or may not have experienced once or twice.
So this is what I'm hearing.
But it's not my fault.
Yeah.
It's not my fault.
So I was laying under some light that does reverse polarity. I think we stepped into Mars or something. And so Bella came in waving her test result, going, "It's not my fault. It's not my fault. Nothing is my fault." So Bella is now going to wear a T-shirt from this day forward, going, "It's not my fault."
Yes.
So yes, I'm very, very proud of that.
Which is I also learned too loud noises, because whenever we're on the show and you clap, you have a very loud clap, and it always it makes me super tense. So I've also learned this. It's very fascinating what you can learn.
It is very fascinating.
Yes.
So yes. Oh, excellent.
Yes. That's my fun fact, and it's not my fault.
Beautiful.
And Sean Callagy.
Yes.
What is your fun fact?
Oh, it's funny you should ask. No, so my fun fact is that we're out here with Dr.
Is your fun fact that all my stress is your fault?
Yes, my fun fact is that all the stress that she has that's not her fault is my fault.
There you go.
It's perfect. So no, we're out here with Dr. Scott Tennant, who Tony Robbins says saved his life. And in a lot of ways, I'm feeling similarly. And immensely grateful. So I couldn't be more thankful to Tony, couldn't be more thankful to Dr. Jerry Tennant, and his incredible son, Scott. And just what they're doing out here is absolutely remarkable. I've learned more, and I've been very medically, based and very holistically oriented. And I've seen a lot of people, and I own 120, quick fun fact, I own a 125 person law firm. I have 2 top 100 national jury verdicts, but I've also worked in the space of traditional medicine, holistic medicine, in all sorts of ways, legally and training and development and otherwise. And what I've seen out here, I've never seen in my life. And I've seen a lot of masterful, incredible people. But Dr. Tennant's work, there's celebrity folks that come here from all over the country and the world. And it is absolutely incredible. And I really do feel like I could credit Dr. Tennant with, if not saving my life, certainly saving it from needing to be saved. With where we are with this, there's no medical explanation for what happened in my aortic dissection. My, privileged to be in excellent health. My blood pressure is wonderful. My pulse is wonderful. So how does this happen? And we have real answers. So it's been extraordinary. So yeah, and so for all of us though, thank you for that. Unblinded is about seeing what you don't see, about rising our business and accelerating. We play with the superpower of influence as just an introduction to what it is with amazing people like yourself. More than 3,000 people have been on. So Bella, I think it's time that we step into our fun game.
I definitely think I think we should.
All right, who's going first?
Well, do we want to say goodbye to our wonderful host,
Gina.
Miss Gina?
Yes, Gina Ricci, amazing, extraordinary. We love you. Couldn't be more grateful for you watching us every day on The Real Raw with your beautiful heart and all of the things. So peace out from the multiverse, because we got weird lights and strange things happening here. But I think it all actually works. I really do. So,
it does work. It does. I'm so glad to hear that. I love you guys. Thank you guys. Have fun, everyone.
Right. Bye-bye.
Ciao, bye-bye.
Thanks. So who's going first?
Ooh, I think our Miss Dame Doria.
Ooh.
Doria, would you like to go first? Now, I have a quick question. Did you ever do something with Sci Seminars? Because I recognize the fruit and bowl behind you. Did that come from a Sci Seminars event?
That actually comes from the Money and You program, which my mentors created. And they did it and they copied it. But it's okay. We didn't mind. Jane Wilhite, up until that's a fun fact.
It is a fun fact.
Just up until recently was the oldest running leader in the transformational entrepreneurial field, and she's retired. So I now have taken her place. Now I'm number one.
Yeah. And listen, Doria, in the space of love and heart-centeredness and consciousness, if you need us to sue Sci Seminars, just let me know. I'm kidding. All right. So what we do here though is we go from hello to yes, because everything begins after yes. In our marketing, in our selling, in our managing, in our leading, in our recruiting, in our fundraising, for profit, not for profit, in every part of our life, everything starts with yes. From the formation of nations, the creation of businesses, to the building of friendships, and all the rest. So Bella will be anybody you amazing, fine participants would like her to be. So Doria, who would you like Bella to be? And always suggest it's that a yes that matters to you in the world. It could be an ideal client. It could be somebody that you're seeking to influence in your leadership, anything but a one-on-one conversation with Bella, and she will be that avatar. So who would you like Bella to be, Doria?
I would like her to be the person that will enroll 100 billionaires. Actually, we might only need 50, but let's say 100 billionaires that each will contribute $1 billion to eradicate hunger and then keep it up so that the NGOs can take over for a year. So it will only cost 100 billion, and I need 100 billionaires to contribute 1 billion. And so you are the enroller for that.
And so you're going to be convincing Bella to take that job, or you're going to be seeking to have her as a billionaire do something?
Oh, let's have her be a billionaire.
Okay, so you're going to enroll her then in the billion.
Yes.
And Bella, here's your pocketbook. So in case there's a yes, you can pull out your $1 billion check.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
Excellent. So
I do think I have your credit card in here, so that's perfect.
Yes, that would be perfect. I would love my Amex to be swiped for $1 billion. Yes,
we take crypto. We take
crypto.
That is perfect. Okay.
Perfect.
So you got 3 minutes, Doria, and here's Bella the billionaire. Take us in.
Okay, hello, Bella. I am so happy to meet you. And I am here today because what I would like to do is I would like to have you really consider, out of all the billions that you have, and I know that you probably have more than it is listed, for you to, depending on what is most important to you, but just to imagine being part of a group of 100 people that will help solve hunger on the planet. And what this would do is that it would put a place in history for you like Ted Turner. So Ted Turner gave $1 billion to create the UN Foundation. And if you were ever to look it up, you would be so fascinated. He is a social entrepreneur, the way that I know by watching all the things that you've been doing. You've been yearning in your heart to be an official entrepreneur with heart. And what we'd like you to do is to really consider that, because it will not only give you a place in history, but if we were to just look at the bottom line of your business, the PR, the coverage worldwide that you would receive for being able to contribute just a one little measly $1 billion that for you will make back in a month. And so this will make a place in history for you. But if you even expand a little bit more, just imagine the places that you will go after you leave this world. You will have a straight ticket into the dimensions of love and light. So it is a physical, it is a PR, and it is also something for your business and something for you to really ponder, because this is a very easy thing for you to do. And we have it all organized. We have it all organized for you. All you have to do is just contribute. Thank you for your time. Aloha from the bottom of my heart.
Well, thank you. We'll definitely give it some consideration. We have a lot of different charity things that we are working on right now, but it'll definitely be a consideration.
Thank you.
Hey, Bella, it's Kirk Adams, AFB. He said he'll take 500 million.
Fantastic. We'll swipe the Amex.
Perfect. No, Dory, excellent job. I appreciate you. So the judge have to say in a moment. I think Cliff's ready.
I think Cliff is ready, definitely.
Yeah,
ready.
Cliff, who would you like Bella to be?
You're on mute.
So you could be anything you want to be. I'm trying to understand what's happening right now.
Yeah. So Cliff, in the beautiful work you do in the world, and you are an outstanding salesperson and yes achiever. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you get yeses all day long from people.
Okay.
Right. You get to have a meeting with you. You get yes to buy payroll services. You get yes to do lots of fun and awesome things, right? So all you're doing is seeking a yes from Bella. So she'll be a potential client. She'll be somebody that you're trying to raise money from, somebody you create a partnership with, but you're just seeking a yes. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah.
So who would you like Bella to be?
I like her to be a CEO of a 7,000 employee company out of Miami, Florida.
Nice. Beautiful.
Awesome. And it could be any type of company you like, Bella. So have fun.
Yeah.
All right, take us in.
All right. Hello, this is Bella.
Hello, Bella. My name is Cliff Stanley, and I am calling today. I guess I'm speaking to you because I got connected with you through Sean, and I was hoping to be able
Always
to.
giving my number out.
I was hoping to be able to.
What did he give my number out for this time?
Well, he said that I could add some value to your large company in the area of payroll and HR. And we are a very high touch company that does the payroll, benefits, workers' comp, and all the things that you need to be able to be successful in your company. And so we would like to take the opportunity to help you outsource all the daunting things and help you with your compliance and allow for you to be able to focus on what makes you your best, your company profit. And so that's what we do for organizations. And yeah.
Anyway, how long have you been around? What kind of companies do you typically work with? Because I mean, a payroll company that we have now is pretty good, and we've been pretty happy with them. So
are you happy with them? Okay, excellent. I'm glad you're happy with them. The reason why you should consider looking at us would first be when you make a decision to buy anything, it usually has to do with price, obviously, and then the quality of the product in which you're receiving. And I would like to be able to show you our value proposition in comparison to what you have, and then also be able to offer you some cost savings in that. Well, our company has been around for 5 years now.
I will tell you, Cliff, though, cost savings isn't usually my number one priority.
Okay.
It's usually service, like because the machines go down, things happen. To be able to the high level of quality service, I'd rather pay more for better service than pay less for terrible service.
I hear that 1,000%. The difference between my company and other companies, or the company that you're working with, would be you're not going to get a Textel or some type of service where you have to get a call back. You could reach a live person on a day-to-day basis. And if you cannot reach your payroll specialist, HR specialist, people that are dedicated to your account, you could always reach me, and I will help you get anything you need to get done.
Okay, beautiful.
Yeah.
Awesome. So where do we go from here?
Well, I'm going to come down and you're going to sign this paper.
Well, I think we might want to have a longer conversation first. And
Belle, you have a quick phone call with your payroll company, screaming, yelling, what are you doing right now?
Yeah, and I don't want to piss her off, so let me run.
Excellent. Listen, excellent job, Cliff. Appreciate that. Let's see what the judge had to say, though, right?
Let's do it.
So let's go. Lucas, what we're going to request, please, is that there's 30 seconds of feedback for Doria and for Cliff. Each 15 seconds what worked, 15 seconds what could be optimized on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being like, oh my God, I can't let you out of my sight, 5 being like, and a 1 being, I'm out the door running from this woman, right? So please, let's start with, what do you have for Doria?
Yeah, so for Doria, I thought did a great job. I'm not familiar with the space really. And obviously my business development stuff is different than yours. But you did a great job explaining exactly what you want to accomplish. And I think you targeted it right towards your audience and described exactly how your audience could fulfill your mission. So I thought that was great.
Awesome.
And your score for Doria is?
How do I score?
1 to 10.
I'd give her a 10.
Woo! Excellent. Okay. And what do you have for Cliff?
So same thing. So I thought Cliff did great. I mean, obviously in a payroll providing company, there's a lot of competition out there. So you got to distinguish yourself. And I thought you did a great job distinguishing yourself. And it's very funny that, you mentioned price, and I run into that type of thing all the time. And sometimes people tell me, you pay for what you get, right? And then I say, well, I can raise my rates if you want. But so I think you did a really great job in sort of deflecting that and bringing it back to your value proposition.
And your score for Cliff is?
I give Cliff a 10 too. He's great.
Nice, Lucas. Yes, nice. So Andrew, please, what did you have for Maria?
For Doria?
I'm sorry, Maria.
Doria.
Introduce Doria. Yes.
Or Dame Doria. Listen, first of all, great job to both of you, but specifically to you, Dame, I love the enthusiasm that you brought. I love the fact that you are representing a good cause. You know, it makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside. I feel like when you were pitching, you were catering to the client's ego. And I thought that was smart. You stressed the positives of the opportunity. Great job. The one thing that I hope I don't sound like Simon Cowell here, but the one little thing that I found a little bit off was that you minimized the difficulty that it took to make $1 billion. So you kind of said, "Oh, you'll make up your $1 billion in a month. It's no big deal."
I was like, I don't know, it's not that easy, but good call.
Yeah.
And your score for Doria is?
Oh, I give Doria an 8 out of 10.
Beautiful.
How about for Cliff?
Cliff, great energy, good listening skills. You were able to pivot, and I thought that was important. What do I mean by that? You were pitching pricing and how, I'm so competitive. Bella said to you, yeah, pricing doesn't really matter. I care more about service. Then you pivoted and you said, well, you can reach a live person. And if you can't reach a live person, you can reach me. And so listening and pivoting was a great skill set that you brought. What I didn't like, and again, the Simon Cowell in me, you'll forgive me, was a little bit of lack of confidence. So when you were starting out, you were saying, I guess I'm speaking to you. Sean said I could add value. I'd love for you to be a little bit more assertive, right? And confident and say to me, I'm speaking to you because of this. And I know that I can do this.
And your score for Cliff is?
My score is a 7 out of 10.
Nice. I love Andrew channeling his inner Simon
telling
Cowell.
you.
Nice. And Simon. Simon's
appreciate
here.
the feedback.
And Simon's here.
Yeah. Good. So Simon, please, is this going to be Simon Cowell or another Simon? I'm not sure. We'll see. What do you have for Doria?
I'll do my best not to be Simon Cowell, but for Doria, on the positive side, I love the benefits. Like, I'm a billionaire. You're stroking my ego as to all the wonderful things I get out of this. An incredible community, a lasting legacy, benefits for my company. That's incredible. That's what I want. I think on the negative side, I felt like you could have developed a little bit more sort of rapport with Bella. It could have been a little bit more of a two-way street in a conversation, which I think would have helped to draw her in. I think at the end, Bella was kind of like, yeah, I'll take it or leave it. So you didn't really kind of get that buy-in there. But an 8 out of 10.
And your score for Doria, beautiful.
Nice. Yeah, Simon's on it.
Yes.
And for Cliff, please, Simon.
Yeah.
What was my score?
8 out of 10.
Thank you.
Nice.
I love the enthusiasm.
I know, right?
I do.
Awesome.
Yep. And for Cliff. So Cliff, great job. I think the enthusiasm was great. I think the piece that I really liked, you knew your features very well. What am I going to get? What I didn't really take away from it is, how does that make my life better? Like, what is the benefit of signing up with you? I think that's where Bella was going, is like, well, hey, like, what am I really getting here from a service standpoint? You came in heavy on price, but what do I get for it? And so I have a 7 out of 10, but nice job.
Nice. Well, thank you, Simon. Yes. And I want to acknowledge Cliff and Doria for both putting 10s on the board. Having
Yes.
10. 10s are very rare in the Real Raw. So Doria and Cliff, congratulations. And again, thank you, Lucas, Andrew, Simon, for beautiful feedback. So I guess we should go home now.
No, we should definitely not go home, because I think it's time to put your butt on the hot seat.
I just survived like a near-death experience, and you're going to do this to me again?
I am going to do this to you again, because this is how we keep you young and alive, Sean Callagy. We got to heat things up. Because if you just like lay around, because either, and Doria will know this, either you're growing or you're decaying. So we're right, Doria? So we're causing growth right now, because I can't let you decay. So
can we just talk about Sci Seminar stealing ideas? Can we just stay with that?
No. No.
We're just having fun. I like
so
that.
This
fun.
is what we're going to do, guys. Just pretend he's not here for a moment. We're going to put Sean on the hot seat. So somebody here is going to get to put Sean on the hot seat. So our beautiful participants today, Doria and Cliff, are on the hot seat, had to go from hello to yes. So someone here is going to get to pick out a scenario for Sean. Sean is going to be the person that is going from hello to yes on any scenario. It could be something as a heated subject as to, why someone should or should not get the vaccine. Or it could be something as fun as convincing someone, a very conservative person, on why they should go to Burning Man. Or it could be something as simple as a yes that you're seeking, maybe convincing a billionaire on why they should invest $1 billion in something. So it can be a wide variety of things. So Sean.
So let's do this. So nobody thinks there's any like
Okay.
favorites or gamesmanship. So I'll put a number of 1 through 5 right under the desk.
So not like 7 or 8.
Not like 7 or 8.
Okay.
Because that happens all the time. Like we'll go 1 through 5, people like 9. Like and like, oh, I didn't understand. Like, okay. So yeah, 1 through 5 is under the desk starting right now. Is there a number here?
There is a number there.
Okay. So why don't we go one by one and let's see if they can pick the number 1 through 5.
All right, Lucas, your number.
I'll go with $1, Bob.
Okay. Andrew, your number.
3.
3 is it.
Andrew got it. Excellent. So Andrew, that means you get to either set the scenario where you're putting me on the hot seat. We're going to go from hello to yes, integrally, like no swampland in the middle of like New York City. Or you could pass it off to somebody else and they have to do it. So it's like bidding on the showcase and the Price is Right, or passing on to somebody else to put it in Price is Right language.
I've got a scenario for you, Sean.
Please, right. Put your tail on the hot seat.
All right, my tail.
Right,
I have some room here, Bella.
I haven't set up the scenario.
I need some room to hear the scenario better. Come on. You're always taking my like camera space. Yeah. Okay.
Now I don't know if I'm allowed to switch it to politics, but let's do it for
You
fun.
could put anything. Listen, you came here today. I'm at your service.
All right. I want you to imagine that I am the illustrious Senator Kristen Sinema, and that I am asking you, or you're asking me to vote, right, to raise taxes on billionaires for this spending project. And I want you to persuade me to do that, please and thank you.
Okay, so very good. And what is this project? So what is the project? Is just an overall tax rate in general, or is there
the project is the big Biden spending $1.4 trillion agenda. In order to pass it, it has to be paid for. The proposal is to pay for it by raising taxes on billionaires. I, Kristen Sinema, I'm against raising taxes. I'm allergic to it. Explain to me why I should change my mind.
Absolutely. So, Senator Sinema, I am immensely grateful for the 3 minutes that we have to chat today. I know it's impossible to get on your schedule, and I'm greatly appreciative. So, can you hear me?
It's a pleasure to have you. Please.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. So Senator, and I will be brief, and I will use time efficiently. But may I ask you a question? What prompted you to move into politics and public service in the first place? What's the vision and mission for you?
I was a very successful businesswoman, and decided that making money and the opportunities that I had were wonderful, were great, but I wasn't giving back to the community. And so now this has been a career choice where I get to give back. But enough about me. Let's focus the spotlight on you. Tell me, why are you here today?
Yeah. Candidly, to focus the spotlight on me, I appreciate, but I believe, Senator, in speaking into the listening of people and finding alignment. So I am not here to pitch you anything, hook anything, close anything. And I do know we have perspectives that might, on the surface, appear to be misaligned. So can I just ask you one more question, then I'll drop in, because I think it'll be helpful to set context.
I'm all ears, please.
Yeah. So Senator, when you moved into this, my listening is you believe that in the incredible capacity of people for self-determination, for acceleration, for success. Is that what I'm hearing?
Absolutely. I believe that we're here to fulfill our God-given potential, and government plays a role in that, believe it or not.
Yeah, absolutely. And so if you could have it all your way, how would this all work? And ultimately, what would your legacy be? And by it all work, how would government and people from the place we are today in our incredible democratic republic, the greatest governmental structure invented in the history of the planet, how would that do its greatest to serve people from your incredible perspective, Senator?
Wow, that's a broad question. I've devoted multiple chapters in my book to it. You should read it when you get a chance, but let me see if I can surmise it for you. Ultimately, government should be free from corruption, and those who serve should be there to serve others and not themselves. That's the short answer to the question.
I love it. So Senator, thank you for that. And in the final, minute or so that I have, and there's no possibility that I'm going to be able to convince you to agree with what I'm proposing. But if there's any resonance, any curiosity created, my request would be a longer conversation, a 30 to 60-minute meeting where I can lay out some things that you may find remarkably aligned. So my request is, in all things that I do, to eliminate political rhetoric and to begin to eviscerate the distorted lines that exist between the left and the right. Because I think we believe in 99% of the same things. Now, the fundamental complexity about human rights, about dignity, about all men and women being created equal, all of those things, I'm sure we all agree with. We've created such a divisive world led by the media, who of course gets paid to create drama and division. So throwing out all of the rhetoric and nonsense, here's what I see as the complexity. I believe in capitalism. I do. I also believe that socialism is a first step towards communism and is incredibly destructive. At the same time, the reason that we have laws about monopolies and other things is because we've all played the game Monopoly. And at the end of the Monopoly game, one person every time, whether it takes 3 hours or 10 or 20 or 50, however many people are playing, one person in a capitalist, purely capitalist structure will own and control everything. And therefore, we could lead to our own self-destruction. So this tax bill, which would seem on the surface extraordinarily pandering, disgustingly problematic, I would agree, there's enormous importance that sit inside of the resolution, ultimately the question of what do we do in light of the ever-increasing division between the economic forces of this country. And literally people successfully, beautifully, wonderfully, like yourself, playing the game of Monopoly, which is tremendous. But what do we do and what is the role of government? And what I believe can happen through this Biden tax plan, with some trimming and negotiating and altering, is I think we can actually serve everyone's interest. And I'm at time, so my only request is if there's anything that feels like there might be an inherent truth here, a conversation to be had, we could sign an NDA. There's no political dynamic in this conversation. We're not going to later say we talked and make each other wrong. I'd love to see if we could sit down and have a bipartisan conversation about real problems facing this nation with all the money that's been pumped into it, the incredible pandemic that we're facing, the labor shortage, and all of these things. I think we need real solutions that are going to take people like yourself and many others to rise above basic black and white conversation of tax or not tax to much more sophisticated and masterful results, which, Senator, I'm sure is how you built the incredible success you did. And I did read your book, and it's all over it. You're an innovative and unique thinker. You don't see things as purely black and white. You see things in gorgeous rainbows of texture. And that's the conversation I would be honored to have with you if there's any resonance. So, Senator, would you have that meeting with me?
Lexi, clear my calendar. I need a 60-minute window with Sean at the Capitol Grill tomorrow. Please and thank you.
Right. Out of roll. Thank you. So, Andrew, how did I do?
I love it. It's it's hard to pick up a random topic and speak, and try and be persuasive and influence. You've got a real talent for it, obviously, which is, I think, why we're all here, to learn from the best. And it's clear that you've influenced me. So thank you for showing your skill set.
Well, listen, Lucas, Andrew, Simon, your level of sophistication is clear, as of course Doria and Chris as well. And that's what we're doing here, bringing extraordinary people together to play with concepts of influence and very frankly, to come together to make the world a greater place. I think it's possible. So Andrew has a brilliant scenario. May I ask, are you a fan of the Capitol Grill?
I use nothing better than a good steak, sir. I got to tell you.
Where did we have dinner with Dr. Tennant last night?
Capitol Grill.
Yeah, and we had the and I don't share this in any significance, just like factual fun or reality. The Paramus, New Jersey Capitol Grill. We are the #1 clients for 2019 and 2018. Not in the pandemic year; it was different. But love Capitol Grill, and they're extraordinary. So that was fun, Andrew, and thank you for a brilliant and beautiful scenario.
And the cheesecake doesn't suck either.
Or the cream pies, right? We had,
I didn't have that. I usually have the cream brulee, but I usually always have the cream brulee. Last night I decided to try the cheesecake. Oh,
awesome.
I was at another level.
Yeah. And Simon, may I ask, how did that scenario feel for you?
I thought that was great. Just the skill you have in terms of breaking down divide, finding common ground, throwing out the division and saying, hey, let's have a conversation, and I can play on my side and you can play on your side, and whatever we need to do to have that conversation, let's have it. If there is a single question in your mind, let's have the conversation. I thought that was a brilliant twist, because the goal isn't to solve the problem right now. The goal is to have the bigger conversation.
Well, thank you, Simon. I love it, and the brilliance and wisdom. Bella, how'd that feel for you?
Absolutely masterful. And I was listening to it over here, just, how it's like, okay, just, tell me what you're here for. And now you can always turn that around and still draw out what would be of interest to them.
Yeah, and what we call that, everybody, is, and this is, again, I've had the privilege of raising very unique monies for charity. I've had the privilege of breaking sales records on Tony Robbins' stage when it was highly, like Tony or not, by the way, I love him as a human being. I have the privilege of knowing him on a personal level, and just an extraordinary human. But like him or not, it's an incredibly sophisticated and developed world of sales. And we disrupted that world and helped support like all sorts of record-breaking decades into their business. And had these top 100 national jury verdicts. In both cases, their business cases, we had $0 offers going to trial. And if anybody knows from a legal perspective, that means the other side gave us no chance of winning. And we got not only 8-figure compensatory damages, but 8-figure punitive damages and $0 offer cases going to trial. So we shared, this has been the work of my life, influence and how to use it integriously to make things better. So, thank you everybody for that.
The 4-12-4, we call that.
Yeah, the 4-12-4, and the frame. I think what Belle was commenting on is we talk about context and contrast all the time. So when Andrew, and he brilliantly, did what a senator probably do. All right, what's your pitch? What's your, what do you got? Spotlight on you. And I had one of my first sales as an attorney. I was with a neurosurgeon in his office, came to me an hour and a half. And he's like, you got 90 seconds. What's your pitch? Yeah. And he was leaning up against like the wall in the hall. Like we're standing in the middle of the hallway, patients going everywhere. And I said, I'm like, listen, I don't pitch, I don't hook, I don't close. And I understand you're busy and it's a privilege for me to have time with you. I don't think today is great for you. And I wouldn't want to pitch anything in 90 seconds because it wouldn't do justice. Good. He goes, all right, you got 5 minutes. We're still standing in the hallway. I said, well, can I ask you a question? Why'd you create this practice in the first place? And an hour and a half later, true story, he became an enormous client. And it was this is 2 decades ago. And it was the beginning of me understanding the power of influence. And it was truly incredible about what Oprah said, which is the reason she held a microphone for 30,000 people, because she said, I see you,
I hear you, and what you say matters.
Yeah, to me. Yeah. So thank you all. I appreciate it enormously. Lucas, wonderful job today. Love the fact that you gave beautiful 10s and your antithesis to Simon Cowellness. So Lucas, how was your time with us in the Real Raw today?
Well, thank you guys so much for having me. This was a great opportunity. I've really never participated in anything like this, to be honest with you. So it was great to hear all the different perspectives. I sell one product, right, most of the time. So it's definitely interesting to hear other people's sales pitches about different products and how to solve different problems and how to, sort of get to the yes in other aspects of your life, perhaps. Learned a lot. Very happy to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me. This was an absolutely wonderful experience.
Oh, thank you, Lucas. Appreciate that enormously. Dame Doria, the Honorable. It's been a privilege. We love Maria. Maria, we shot the pilot of a reality show and transforming charities to the 100th anniversary AFB Gala. She's extraordinary, and her entire world of relationships is incredible people, and obviously you're one of them. So thank you for being here. And how was your time with us today, Dame Doria?
It's been wonderful. I grew up in the legal system. I was an official court reporter. I was going to be an attorney when I grew up. And I learned so much in the legal field. And I saw the video with all of the attorneys, and oh my God, I loved it so much. I had no idea what I was getting into. I have so many fun facts. And then I realized that you were the first group that I was going to pitch about the 100 billion. I've been calling a lot of my influential friends that have billionaire friends in America. I have access to them in Asia, but not in America. And so I have started. And so this was my first practice. Of course, usually I have much more than 3 minutes. And it was a good practice. And also to put it in your consciousness, because this is not my thing. This is, if you want to run with it, you want to pass the word, please do. And this is totally doable. So in all seriousness, I am getting behind that. And my superpower is to drop all of these messages, and then they go in the different ears and it goes into different places. And then something amazing happens. And I had a little tiny bit to do with it, but I'm not the one that really made it happen. So I'm a messenger.
Well, thank you, Dame Doria. Amazing. And, for the American Foundation for Blind Gala that we, mentioned a couple of times, I didn't know any professional athletes. And in 5 weeks, we had 4 NFL Hall of Famers, 2 MLB Hall of Famers, multiple team Hall of Famers, and extra covered it on the red carpet. And we didn't know any of those folks. And so the ability to have the integrous power of influence and knowing what to do with it can create extraordinary things, just like you're doing, Dame Doria. So thank you for being here, and we wish you the best, and hopefully this is just the beginning.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Cliff, awesome job, man. Threw 10 on the board, along with Dame Doria. How was your time with us today, Cliff?
Listen, I had zero anticipation of what this was going to be, but I have thoroughly enjoyed being a part of this. I really, I took notes at your pitch, even though it wasn't a pitch, because I feel like you brought the whole thing down to a level of, hey, I know at the end of the day, we're both here to accomplish something, but I want to know you as a person. And I want you to know and trust me as a person to be able to help you accomplish whatever you want to accomplish. And that will stick with me for a long time. So I appreciate that.
Well, thank you, Sam. Yeah, listen, everything begins truly with loving people unconditionally with boundaries. Talk about boundaries a lot. But when we fundamentally love other people and don't see the act of yes as a taking, but as a creating mutual value, now we have access to something exponentially more powerful. So
Absolutely.
Thank you for being here, and you did a wonderful job.
Thank you.
Thanks, Cliff. Yeah. Again, Andrew, thank you. Beautiful scenario. Great job. How was your time with us today?
I have a 16-year-old stepdaughter that is a Snapchatter and a tweeter or Twitter or whatever. So I'm like a dinosaur to her. And now I get to show her that I was on a podcast. So
Well, listen, Andrew. So
with that said, I got to say, fun experience. Thank you for the opportunity. Very kind of you guys to allow me to participate. And to the participants, thank you for allowing me to opine on your job. I know that you guys were on the hot seat, so kudos for doing that. Way to go.
Thank you. And Andrew, from my heart to yours, because 3.5 years ago, I had made some very intentional decisions in my life about building a business. And again, I have a 125 person law firm, offices in 5 states, but I really focused on being a business owner, not operator, like Michael Gerber would talk about in E-Myth. And I had been very blessed to achieve that. I coached my kids' games, and I didn't have any social media, and I wasn't anywhere. And when my kids went to college, when my son was going to college 3.5 years ago, I decided to take this mission forward. And my kids are like, Dad, why are you shooting weird videos? And my youngest daughter is like, this is cringy. I learned what cringy meant. So my heart to yours, I couldn't have been perceived to be more uncool by my kids, and maybe I am super uncool, but I do know this. Cool. Well, you're pretty cool. So thank you. But I do know this, that the world desperately needs integrous influence. And when we realize our commonalities and don't step into false frames, now we begin to accelerate. And your heart is awesome, Andrew. And you guys are successful. And again, more than 3,000 folks have been on this show in the last year and a half plus. And we've seen celebrity athletes, people in movies and television, and business people and all the rest. And so most fine folks are not there, but some are very much in their ego and significance. And when successful people like yourselves come with a beautiful heart and open mind, that's infectious, and that brings a lot of great things to the world. So Andrew, I felt it, and thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Simon, final coming from the beautiful space of Dorian, Connecticut, a remarkable area of achievement and influence and all the things. So thank you for being here. And how was your time with us?
Wonderful. I echo what everyone else has said, and particularly what Cliff said about taking notes on your pitch, if we call it that, Sean. I thought that was fantastic. It was great to really listen to the influence of it, and then to hear the perspectives of the different people on the program today. Everyone sounds like they come from an interesting walk of life and do interesting things. So that thank you to everyone. This was great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, thank you. And every word I said was from my heart, and I meant it. And when I think of my parents, who are always saying things like, those Democrats or those Republicans, and one's a Democrat, one's a Republican, I just laugh and go, guys, come on. Like, really? Like, you grew up in the same neighborhood. My parents are not married now, and they've been divorced a long time, but they started dating in high school, and they believe in all the same things about people. And they sit here and, rail against the them over there, And, I believe that, we are virtually all the same with minor differences. So Simon, thank you for being here. Great job. Bella, read final.
Final is, I think, nearly everyone said I was taking notes, on that, quick pitch that you did. And we actually have notes for you. So if you go to your chat button, there's a link that the team put in there. There is a formula. There are four steps, 4 energies, and 12 indispensable elements from hello to yes with integrity, how you can get billionaires to give you billions of dollars. Yeah. So definitely click that link and download that. And then you're going to get to have a call with one of our team members so you can ask some questions, see how you can integrate that into your own business so you can get more yeses for more money, time, and magic. So
yeah, and we've had the privilege, and even those for fundraising, we've caused or created more than $3.5 million to be raised this year for the American Foundation for the Blind. They had been going to the negative on their endowment. And this is that Helen Keller was the face of this organization for the last decade, and that was very easily shifted. So we're having fun with these things, love people, love you guys, and truly appreciative. The money and or the time and or the magic we seek is right there, but we're all